again, see, the thing is, we are joining in the conversation on the topic of parents just don't understand.
Parents just don't understand. Boy, I feel like I can already see where this is going as well. But,
let's see what they think they don't understand.
Let's go.
With COVID and this year being so self-reflecting, like, I was just like, okay, like, this isn't the year to really hold grudges. This isn't the year to, like, really, like, hold in all of that negativity, because you don't know how quick someone could be taken away from you, or when the last time you'll be able to speak to them, especially with how quick COVID has taken people. So, I mean, like I said, it was awkward. It was awkward. It's funny that we had the daddy issues conversation in maybe episode 2. It was just weird. It was one of those weird interactions where, you know, I was just like, yeah, Dad, of course I love you. Hey,
how long had it been since you've seen him, though? When was the last time you actually saw him, physically saw him?
Maybe it was a pop-up that he came to my house. Had to be at least 6 years ago.
Wow.
6 years ago. And I mean, this is probably sharing a lot, but the last time we talked was 2016, top of 2016. I had just got back from studying abroad. Again, probably saying too much. I'll figure this out later.
No such thing.
Yeah, no.
Not for you.
He called asking for money because he needed it at the time, and I didn't have it. And it was like a more so like, you know, he felt entitled to his daughter's paying him back for child support.
But also assumed that because you were studying abroad,
that I had the money, and I didn't. And so it was just an awkward. You know, it wasn't a, hey, what are you doing? Like,
how are you?
It wasn't a, how are you? It was a, hey, I need something and you kind of owe me because I pay child support. And it was just really weird. But also, like, it's weird because another conversation we were having off air is that he never thought bartending was a real job. And so now that I'm a podcaster, it's weird because I do wonder now, like, what his thoughts are of me doing this. I mean, of course, I was an accountant prior. I went to school, got my degree, became a corporate worker, and then after a year, I'm a full-time podcaster. And he never thought bartending or bottle serving or anything hospitality was a real job. You know, Jamaican, like, he does construction. He's always had multiple jobs, like, and so, but he always felt like you had to get a paycheck. You had to, you know, be working towards a pension, a 401k, all of those things that, of course, you don't get with bartending.
Let me give you a little something.
Yes, talk to me, girl.
So, a couple years ago, when I started therapy, I went to my therapist and, you know, telling him my relationship with my parents, they don't really get me career-wise. They just don't see it as you know, literally the same thing you're telling me. One tidbit that he gave me was, he was like, well, you know, I've had other patients come in that are first generation American to West Indian parents. And a lot of the times, West Indian parents and African parents as well, unintentionally are envious of the freedom that you have in terms of career choices. Mm-hmm. And so they see that and they become a little bit resentful, but it's not intentional. So I would tell you just to not just see your dad, really look at who he is in the grand scheme as a person. You'll have a better understanding of why he is the way he is. And I mean, you don't have to forgive everything that he's done, but like you'll have a better that's what I had to do with my dad, my parents, like just really see their upbringing, you know, how hard they work, all these jobs.
Oh, yeah, he worked hard. He's Jamaican. Right. And my mom, as a single parent, also had 3 jobs to provide for a household. So it was, I've grown up in that environment of working parents. And so a part of it is, I don't know how they feel about me. Like, this space was not anything that they would have thought I would grow up to be, you know?
It's not something for them to understand, because even with us navigating ourselves in these spaces of podcasting, this is still fairly new.
Especially as women.
For us.
Oh, listen, my mother told me that I was moving back to New York from LA for an internship. She was on the phone with my aunt, like, yeah, she moved back.
You heard her say this?
Yes.
I have to say...
So she set you up.
There's a lot to say though, but I have to say, parents, African parents, I don't know about parents from the Caribbean, they like to foresee the future.
Yeah.
They like to speak things into existence. you will be this, you will go there,
Yeah.
you will do this. I definitely agree with that.
And I'm telling you what you will do. Choice? What's choice?
But it's interesting what Olivia said there, though. I don't know if I would agree with it, but I'm trying to. I would use the word envious. I wouldn't say envious. That's a strong word.
Yeah.
That's a strong word to use.
Yeah, I wouldn't say envious because that'll make it seem as if like they don't want the best.
Exactly.
I don't think it's that. I feel like it's more. I don't know how to put it in a word, but I feel like it's more like. So they're coming, especially for like first gen like people, like they're coming from a place where they had to kind of work hard and work a lot and like make things happen for them. Whereas over here, like to be honest, they just kind of
they didn't have much choice.
Yeah, they didn't have much choice. In terms of like what career paths and what things to do, kind of thing. But we do have that choice, and I don't feel like they are really. Not that they're not open. I'm trying to put it in, but they're not. They haven't yet like seen like these opportunities can actually create like work for you and create like money and all that kind of stuff. Like I've mentioned it like with my older brother as well. Like this guy again, he went uni, did finance, I did all that kind of stuff, and then he was just like, boom, I'm not feeling this. This is not for me. This is not for me. And then like all our lads, like my parents is like, bruv, you have to go uni, you have to study, you have to do all of that kind of stuff. And then he was just like, nah, it's not for me. Obviously he was still trying to pursue football at the same time as well, and that was always a hassle because like education comes first before anything else. So it was hard to kind of like like put your whole 100% effort into like becoming into football. But anyway, this guy graduated, was working in finance, and then all of a sudden he just stopped. He said, nah, I'm not doing this. And then now started pursuing like sports journalism and all that kind of stuff. And my parents can actually now see that you can actually make money, like not in traditional ways of like going to uni, becoming a lawyer, becoming a doctor, and all this kind of thing. So like now I've seen the transition and how they kind of approach us, the older kids, and how they approach it with like the younger kids. Like my little brother, fam, these are different. I remember trying to ask to go to football. It was a mad thing. I had to ask like 2 weeks in advance. It was like, hey, it's mad.
My days.
And like now, like fam, these are like behind it because like they can see that there's actually an opportunity in this thing. So I don't think I'll use the word envious. I feel like maybe I don't want to even use ignorant. Maybe they're not aware. Just not aware of the opportunities. Because and I get it from their background. It's different. They didn't have these same experiences.
I do, and obviously, for them, because of their experience, they think that what they've done and how they've got to where they are today is the only surefire and it's secure way. So anything that they don't know, because you're their kid and they want the best for you, they're not sure about that. And what they're not sure of, it's there's that resistance for them to be completely behind you. You know, because maybe they might feel like they let you down by letting you do that as well, something like that. But I'm just deep in it now.
Wait.
But it's interesting. I don't know. For me, like I've had vague conversations with my parents about this, but I think it might be good for all of us at some point to sit down for our parents that want to listen and like have this actual conversation.
You should actually have a conversation with
proper
parents.
Conversation.
And like that conversation is needed, man.
Because maybe it's a thing of like, in this day and age, everyone's kind of connected to the internet and stuff like that. Maybe they see other people do it, but because they haven't seen anyone close to them do it, it's not like they don't think it's real, but it's like it still hasn't registered that you know this is actually possible. You know, this is a real thing.
102% on, fam. I had 2 childhood friends that have actually gone to become like big YouTubers. I'm not gonna mention names, but big YouTubers. And it's so funny because like
Central.
No, they didn't go Central. Like this was from like church back in the day. And it's funny like how they're gamers. They transitioned a little bit away from that, but they're gamers. And it's so funny like how playing a game, play FIFA, play whatever back in the day was like, how can you be doing this? How can you be doing this? And then now these are just my parents are now watching them like, oh wait, these men are actually making dumb money from this.
Stupid.
And
stupid.
It's like, Hey,
Stupid.
you
man.
people that were like, you can't do this, you shouldn't be doing this. And now
exactly.
you're now seeing the thing. But I get it though at the same time. I do get it because
I do.
at the time they wouldn't have seen the opportunity or seen like where this thing could go.
But I think it's at some point there needs to be a transition.
I feel like there is a transition. There's definitely a transition.
Now,
already.
definitely,
I feel
definitely
like
now
there's definitely a transition. I feel like even if like someone was to come like from wherever their home country is, like Africa or Caribbean, whatever, and come here, I feel like they'll still now be more aware of the different opportunities.
No, that's true. Definitely, and I agree. Because
the internet has opened everyone's. A lot of people have access to the internet.
No,
everywhere.
100%.
So you're seeing like the different varieties of opportunities. That are
Yeah. No, it's true. I agree. Well, yeah.
Right, let's see what these laws say about it. We're doing our own.
Then she doubled down. First of all, MK. This might be offensive.
Why you never brought her on to Love and Hip Hop? I would have loved to see her.
This might be offensive to some people, my family members included, but I always looked at my mother as like the biggest waste of white. Like I would think about any.
Whoa. Well.
Used to
that was. Whoa. Hey. Yeah.
Used to the
She's even sipping the drink because boy.
Used to the I was gonna say something, but I'm not gonna say anything.
Oh wow.
Used to the
That was serious, boy.
Reference that we could consider commercially about how white moms
Look
are
at Liz's face.
and how loving.
She's frozen. She's frozen.
I always looked at my mother as like the biggest waste of white. Like, I would think about any reference that we could consider.
Oh, good lord! Frozen. She's actually frozen.
She's still processing it.
About how white moms are and how loving and affectionate and adoring they are, and how supportive and honey, you're gonna be. None of those things. Like, whoa!
She's spaced
my mother
out.
was like, does someone need a truth? Does someone need a reality check? Does someone need a chin check to the jaw? Here it is.
Damn.
When we were
y'all ain't know we was this real, did you?
We were
We're talking about our parents over here.
We were first conceptualizing, like that whole call your mother by her first. My mother rocked my jaw when I was like 17 years old because I was a jerk. You know what I'm saying? Like my mother, again, I missed this is my friend Karen. No. This is Miss So and So. You don't speak unless spoken to. You seen, you're not heard. You do. It was very.
Yeah.
Okay, culturally, it's not a white thing. For the record, a lot of my family, my white family, doesn't operate that way. They're just willy nilly with it all. Like the kids don't. There's no boundaries. Everybody just kind of runs amok. But either way,
well, I'm glad you know your white side. They didn't care to know us because we were black.
I mean, I care.
Oh yeah, there's layers here, and it's so really
wow.
I didn't catch that one.
No, she was saying that at least you knew your white side.
Okay.
Like on her, because she's mixed as well, innit? She's saying that on her side, the white lot didn't want to know her because she was black.
Whoa!
Wow!
Whoa!
Hey, these are just say
unraveling everything. Olivia just took 2 minutes just to recover from that one.
Olivia's just there like
default setting. Well, it was a default setting because most of my dad's family, we were the other family, so my dad's family didn't know who I was till I was 12. But that's, I said,
y'all layers
going on. But I will say that perspective and therapy as well has helped me look and view my mother more as a person now than just as my mother. Because viewing her as my mother, and then she asked me not too long ago, she was like, yo, did you feel loved as a kid? And I was like, yeah, I felt loved as a kid, but I didn't feel seen or understood. Like, I didn't feel like she ever really got me or understood me. But did I feel loved? Sure. I trusted that she wasn't going to do no stupid leave me somewhere unsafe, but did I feel like she was really looking at me like, yo, talk to me about how you feel about things. Tell me what your thoughts are.
I'm not gonna lie, that's one of those things with what you were talking.
I think personally, growing up in an African household, obviously everyone's parents are different, but I, to an extent, relate in ways to that in terms of the strict, the hard African upbringing.
Very hard.
Very hard.
Oh,
sometimes just sit down, you know. Let me speak.
For real.
As Kevin De Bruyne said, let me speak.
Let me speak.
Let me talk.
Let me talk.
Yeah.
Let me talk.
Oh no, but it's true. I think that's so. I think you just learn from, and then if you have your own kids, you just do things a bit differently.
Yeah.
Obviously, you appreciate everything.
Yeah.
But nah, I definitely do agree, man. Growing up in a strict household.
It's a bit mad.
Woo.
It's a bit mad. And it's so funny how the dynamic changes. Because then at one point, yeah, you're not allowed to speak. You can't speak back. But then as you get older, they want you to now be speaking to them. Like, you used to shut me down. You used to shut me down. And now you want me to be open with you about everything.
Yep.
I'm confused.
Yeah, it's very interesting. It's like they just play the Uno reverse card, honestly.
Hey, you just forget about everything.
Yeah, everything. Forget about everything.
We're friends now. Come on. I was like, rah.
Oh, no, but true. Even like my dad, my dad, he still is quite a serious guy.
Yeah.
But now the last few years, like he busts his jokes now, he's calm. This guy is not ramp with this guy back in the day, bro. I could not ramp with him.
For real.
Woo!
There was one day, that me and my brothers were like, I don't know how we got to this conversation. No, because we were talking about how my dad didn't punish the younger lot as well.
Yeah.
And then like we were talking about some of the incidents like us lot used to get smacked and like just disciplined for, yeah.
100%.
And my dad was like moving like he couldn't remember.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, wait, this thing can't even live. And they're telling me that, nah. What you nah.
That one's there. It's like you're having a different lifetime. Nah, it's crazy. It's actually crazy, man. Like, even me, my younger sisters, they're like 4 or 5 years younger than me. They're not going through half.
No way.
Some of us had to just pave the way.
For real. Real. You have to pave the way, man. Trial and error.
Boy, oh boy.
Hey, we love them, but just to remember.
We'll never forget, never forgotten. No.
Fam, let's see.
Talking about earlier, as we get older, I don't think parents realize that we become adults. And as adults, we start to view people as people.
Right.
And I think that was the problem. I'm someone who doesn't justify someone's behaviors because we're related through blood. Yeah. And so, unfortunately, you got to look at people as the people that they are outside of your brother, your cousin, your mother, your daddy. And it's crazy because I remember at times of my lowest, there were friends that were there well before blood and family. Mm-hmm. And so it's crazy that when you do grow up, you start to look at things from the past and the present just so much differently because you have a logic of reality.
Interesting. That was interesting.
That's a very interesting point. I would agree with the point of going back to the decisions of maybe choosing a career path or to do things differently from maybe how your parents did. Yeah. The transition needs to happen of where they start to realize you're an adult now. You're able to make decisions, and think things through. The same way they did. Maybe they just forget that they went through this themselves as well.
That's what I feel like they do forget. I feel like they definitely forget.
Yeah.
I feel like adults, some adults just forget. Like even teachers as well. That's the one I used to. I'm like, fam. I remember sometimes some teachers would just be like, I don't know why you move like this. Just move like I don't want to say a bad word. But
you want to move You want to move like this.
When you were a student before.
Yeah, exactly.
When you were in class before.
Exactly.
Is this how you wanted to be treated?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 100%. 100%. You know.
So I feel like some people forget. They forget
for real. No,
you forget where they came from.
It's not good to forget.
It's really not. It's actually really.
Because then you can't even relate.
You can't relate. If you can't relate to someone, I don't know how you expect that person to respect you or
get through to them.
How can you get through to someone if you can't relate to them?
100%. Well, that was a very interesting.
Very interesting.
Very
that was very interesting.
Probably one of the most interesting conversations that they've had. Actually. Yeah.
That was very interesting, boy.